in a world.
Bro, it's Indiana.
In Indiana, from the depths of our secret lair.
Bro, it's totally a bookstore.
And whose fault is that? Fine, never mind. In Indiana, from the depths of our bookstore comes a well-coordinated coterie of serious kindred.
You're joking, right?
I'd rather be reading a book anyway. Fine. Come check out our chronicle as a bunch of misfit kindred drift from one crisis to another. Happy?
Bro, what happened to the voice?
Indy by night. We'll see you Tuesday. Oh, hey, hi, hello, we are here. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. We are back with another episode of Indy by Night. Yes, it is home for the time being, but next week we'll be back on over at Gen Con TV. But Gen Con's doing all sorts of stuff as they are prepping for their big convention this weekend, so they're doing different shows throughout the week. So we're going to be streaming on here for tonight, and then, like I said, back next week on twitch.tv/GenConTV. We're going to go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing, and what do you guys feel about the Egypt room that opened up down the street? And then we'll go ahead and hop into the recap, and we'll go ahead and get started with the one, the only, Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm playing Carter. He's a Tremere. I have no feelings whatsoever on the new club. I was not there last week. I was happily reading a book. It was easily the best session ever from Carter's perspective.
That's fair. That's very fair. Next up, we have Hannah.
I'm Hannah, and I'm playing Eva Hill the Bruja, and I'm intrigued, but also feel a little bit sketchy about it.
That's valid. That's valid. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I play Dimitri the Ventru, and I just want to know what the hell's going on in Terre Haute. I mean, we got the Sabbat climbing out of the woodwork. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff happening out here. What is so attractive about our domain to all these fools?
Yeah, yes, Warren, he has something to add.
Well, I was going to say they might have heard that somebody blew up 50 kindred with a propane tank and propane accessories and possibly left a power vacuum, but I thought better of it.
Allegedly. I just need to
Allegedly, yeah. Didn't happen.
No, that's a Thursday thing. It definitely happened in this game.
Okay. Confirmed. Next up, we got Ian.
Hey, I'm Ian. I'm playing Michael the Ravnos. Out here for a good time and hopefully a long time. I'm the only one in this group right now that has no loyalty to the movement or the tower, and that puts me in a very precarious situation. With the Egyptian room opening up, kind of just is what it is. Business is business. You're gonna do what you're gonna, but I'm a little more worried about something else that may or may not be happening this evening. And yeah.
That's fair. I thought you were going to end the statement when you were describing Michael as like, I have no allegiance, and then just going to cut it there. And I was 100% expecting it.
No.
But you proved me wrong.
We're just out here.
That's fair. And last but not least, we have Donnie.
I'm Donnie, and I'm playing Benny, a Malkavian. And, after having a bit of a compulsion and taking some matters into my own hands, uh, I investigated the Egyptian room in my own way. But, I think it turns out it's just kind of like a normal kindred hangout, as far as I know. So we're cool. We're cool. We're just stuck in a room somewhere, but we're cool otherwise.
Yeah.
Nothing else shady going on.
Not even a little.
Got a free meal out of it.
True. You are at zero hunger for the first time in a hot minute, and it's probably pretty great.
I'm gonna be rolling all the disciplines.
Exactly. Burn.
Nothing could go wrong.
I love it. So as a recap, you guys were in the process of trying to see maybe how long it was going to take for Baron Anson to wake up after the surgery, and sort of seeing exactly what sort of tests Carter could do to be able to figure out if it was going to be able for him to wake up Baron Anson before his time in Torpor. While Carter was completing some tests, the rest of you went open to make a collection, as it were, as Dimitri needed to go and make sure to receive his payment for someone up opening a new business inside of his locale. As you guys were able to go ahead and head over, you guys were met with a very well-dressed individual, and she definitely seemed to have the run of the place as you guys were escorted up towards her office. And you guys all walked in, and Dimitri took a seat at her desk and put her feet up, or put his feet up, excuse me, and you guys were negotiating the outcome of how much money she would owe you. Some banter went back and forth, seemingly heated, but thanks to Michael was able to tell that she had no ill intent or plans on harming anyone in this room. And also the fact that she was a kindred. You guys did and handled business, and as you guys were upstairs handling business, Benny was looking around the first floor and seeing if anything stuck out. Unfortunately enough, with a bestial failure, they started seeing things that may have not truly been there.
This is messy critical, but whatever.
Sorry, my bad.
Who's
Messy
counting?
critical, exactly. You guys were you were able to sort of see and make your way into a cellar area as you were hearing the sound of a pump going, and it was something you just couldn't let go of. You and the bartender went down, and you guys moved some barrels around, and you found a person that was hooked up to said pump and being used in one of the taps upstairs. You had, with your disciplines, were able to get this individual to go back upstairs and forget all about the fact you were there, as you sort of were wanting to do a little bit more investigating. Not really finding a whole lot. You were able to find a free meal out of it and completely drained this individual. As you were down there and enjoying your meal, the rest of the coterie believed that you went back to the bookstore. The four of you who are at the bookstore had a small discussion on Baron Anson, what was to do next, and you guys did see Carter was, for the first time in a very long time, enjoying a book. But you guys had discussed what sort of the next couple of options could be. Some of you began to reach out to your sires that were either missing or reflected dead inside of Carter's vision that he had received. But you guys were all meeting up, and Michael stepped off to the side to have a brief phone call upon learning that the Sabbat had moved in.
So I've been trying to find the best way to bring this up that people aren't gonna hate me tonight, but I don't think there's any way that that's not gonna happen. But I'm definitely calling Nessa.
Thanks, I love it.
Yep. And it's not anything bad.
Of course not.
Nah, I'm doing my job.
Up in the top, you just see that Eva will remember this.
I'm trying to do this as privately as possible. If I need to go out to the truck to be away privately, I'll do that.
I believe so, because I believe everyone's up in the the library portion of this bookstore, where it's like up where people would be able to make purchases. If I remember correctly, since it is after hours. So I believe that you would have to go ahead and step outside if you wanted to be absolutely as secluded as possible, at least from the people inside the bookstore.
I'm gonna do that. Just as we get a little closer, I need to grab something out of the truck, gang. I'll be right there.
You go ahead and head into your truck.
And then I'll make my call.
Okay. It rings a couple of times before going through. Yes.
All right. Hi. It's me. I have a couple of small updates for you. I figured it'd be better to let you know now than let it fester and then let you know. So you're gonna have a little bit. You might be getting a phone call at some point. Somebody might be showing up to talk with you. But long story short, Sabat moved in out here. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I figured I would give all the players a heads up. You know, remember I'm trying to stay as even as possible on this, so you know that, right? Like, this is outside of what you're paying me for. But nonetheless, that's kind of the big one. Other one, I think we might have to renegotiate some terms on what you hired me to do out here. Because I was under the impression that I was just being hired to be some muscle. Am I understanding that correctly?
You were hired to be whatever that group needed you to be.
Okay, what if, hypothetically, that included needing to be some sort of nobility babysitter? Would that be included in my current rate, or would we be looking for something?
Well, I see everyone of notable worth, so I don't know who you'd be babysitting. That is of noble standings.
That's fair. You know what? We'll put a pin in that one. We'll swing back around on that if it actually becomes more of a thing than it actually has been. Okay, but yeah, Sabat, they moved in. Also, if y'all are looking for any sort of way to stretch your legs, the Pizza King is no longer the Pizza King. That some shenanigans happened, and the dude's kind of just there.
Who is
anyway,
the Pizza King?
Baron. Ah, shit, they all sound the same to me. Is it? I don't remember. A-
Anson?
Anson, yeah. I keep wanting to think Hanson, like the band, like the boy band, like brothers, but that's not right. Baron Hanson went and got himself staked. We got some hunters out that way, so that's a thing.
Good.
So that's what I'm saying. If y'all are looking for a way to, stretch your legs a little bit, there is no Baron.
Where is this Baron, if there is no Baron, and you do know he got staked?
That I am unaware of currently. I was there. We were talking to him, just kind of making the rounds. Hey, we're doing the thing. Chill out. Everything's fine. You come at us. We're coming at you. Don't do that. We're not playing that game. I had to flex a little bit. What I do. But then we left, and when we almost got back to where we were supposed to be, I left my keys, so we had to go back. And the dude was gone, but very clear signs of struggle, so we're assuming he's staked.
But why are you assuming he's staked and not met with the final death?
Because why would a hunter take him somewhere else to final death him instead of just final deathing him in his spot?
That's what I'm asking. Why are you assuming that he's not been final death?
I mean, he could be. I'm just saying he was absent when he was there, so I'm assuming on the side of maybe still alive. You're making me sound way sketchier than I actually am in this situation. I'm trying to be helpful.
Right, because you are trying to play evenly as possible, I believe, were your correct terms. With
In regards to the Sabbat, yes. In regards to getting paid, no.
Go ahead and roll manipulation plus subterfuge for me, please.
Oh, man. Let me see here. And I can, I could willpower that if need be, but I'm looking at 3, right?
Well, you wouldn't be able to willpower it because you can't willpower the blood dice.
Oh, true. Okay.
So the only thing you would do is turn the 7 into a 10, and that wouldn't get you anything different than what you already have.
Okay, that's fine then. So I guess we're rocking with the 3 success.
Okay, let me make a roll here.
You don't got to do that.
Okay, cool.
Nah, just I win. That's the way that goes, right?
Oh,
I'm not
that's
terrified.
what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not absolutely terrified. You can't prove it.
Just take half.
Just take half. Because I'm assuming her pool for this is like 1 million.
No, it's only 7.
Oh God.
Okay, so yeah, just take half.
Yeah, I rolled it. It's fine.
Round it down.
No, I'm good. Cool. Let me tell you something, Michael. You find this missing Baron and turn him over to us, and we will make it very much worth your while.
Okay. Scale of 1 to 10. How worth my while?
I think that's for you to decide, at least on the offer, whether or not you feel that it is something that you can take.
I mean, that involves a whole extra piece of it in regards to like, now you're wanting some PI work from me. But you know what? If I come across anything, we'll go that way with it. Sound good?
Yeah, and just to make sure that I'm understanding it, like making sure that you understand, like, so what sort of a reward here. You probably don't have to go looking for work ever again if you turn Anson over to me.
It would be nice. No offense. Indianapolis is cold as balls, and I hate being out here.
No, this place sucks.
Heavily. But all right, yep. If I end up any which way around here, I will be sure to let y'all know what I find.
Looking forward to it, Michael.
All right, have a good one.
You as well.
Then I'll have to hang up and have a mild existential crisis and go back inside.
Perfect. Love that for you.
At least one of us does.
The rest of you, while Michael is having this phone call and Benny is MIA, what are the 3 original members of the Grove doing?
We were debating going back for Benny, right?
I believe so.
I mean, I've got many chapters left in this book, so whatever you guys want to do.
I've just been leaving messages on your tape recorder. Or voicemail, whatever it is nowadays.
Captain's log.
You gotta flip the tape over.
Exactly.
Alright, we go get him, okay? I mean, you say he's important, right, Carter?
Did I say him? Yeah.
Okay. I go down. You come with? I look at Eva.
Yeah, I'll come with.
Okay, just in case there's trouble.
You'll probably cause the trouble.
It's possible.
Carter,
I did seriously consider setting the building on fire, but you know,
I'm not shocked.
just to send message. She's too uppity, you know what I mean?
I'm only shocked that it stopped at consideration.
Well, she did seem like maybe she's significantly older than us. We're
That
talking
tracks,
about
then.
like the first pharaoh of, Egypt gave her some stuff.
And Dimitri is getting paid.
15%.
Not bad. I like it.
Let's see if it actually comes through. If it doesn't, then we
Oh,
burn
yeah.
the building down. Yes? I go up for a high five to Eva.
Right.
Like, yeah!
Oh no. Agreed, it happened. Oh,
She said
no.
yes!
Oh no.
Well,
Oh,
she did agree to it, so
Oh no. This is the day that we were all terrified of. It only took
31 sessions?
sadly.
Eva and Dimitri on the same page is not something Carter's okay with.
Exactly.
Let's go!
I was gonna ask if there was any like bottles of like spirits in the cellar or what, any labels on those barrels. Speaking of like, burning the place down.
Yeah, no, so I mean, they aren't actually like wooden barrels, but they're like just the metal kegs that they're hooked
Okay.
up to the tap.
They don't keep any like liquor storage down there.
It doesn't look like there's any sort of hard liquid down there, but you do remember as well that all the shelves that were up there were nothing but top shelf. So take that. But yeah, no, all of it just seems to be blood and one blood tap. For science.
For sure. I will head down
That's
that way.
what does.
Okay. Carter, are you going to sit here and continue to read your book?
Yeah, so I will once again try to. Well, I guess I'll wait for them to get back.
Okay.
My original plan was definitely I'm going to babysit the Baron and read my book.
Of course.
But my plan was to try to snap him out of it by getting my blood potency up high enough, and then letting him feed. But I'm not going to do that while I'm in here alone with him.
Yeah. Do you want to at least go ahead and roll to up your blood potency? You don't have to feed him until they get back, but are you wanting to wait to up that until they get back?
Yeah, I mean, since it only unless I crit, it only lasts for a scene, and I assume.
Oh, gotcha.
once I get back.
Understood.
But it's all good. I mean, this book is truly riveting. I'm learning so much.
It is. It is the diary of one Theodore Roosevelt.
It's politics. It's vampirism. It's blood magic. It's everything.
It's true. And you do recall that the last couple of pages that you were reading through were discussing meeting with a individual named Tanner and giving a bloodstone to, and it also gave the exact ritual needed for it.
I know that guy.
What a small world. All right, so Eva and Dimitri head back towards the Egypt room.
If they pass me at all in the truck, I'll hop out and go with them.
When you wrap up your phone call and after you have your small crisis, you do see them going, like, trekking through the snow, heading that direction.
I'll go catch up with them then.
Cool.
Hey, hold up. I'll come with you. We're going back, I guess.
Yes, we must retrieve our wayward colleague.
Is there a fire alarm down there I can pull? Hypothetically.
As you're looking through, it does look like it does have a. It looks a little more like a button you would push for, like, a back door delivery, like at a restaurant or something. It doesn't have like a fire alarm or anything, but you do see there is a small box, like a light switch, but instead of a light switch, is a button.
Oh. Well, that I do have to push.
I think it's in your contract. You have to push the button.
Like a fire alarm, that would have been like, put that on the table.
Mm-hmm.
A button. Especially if this description has to be pushed. So, if it's been a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's been enough time to leave a bunch of phone calls.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a couple of minutes. You were able to even hear, because the trapdoor that's above you is made out of a nicer wood, so you can hear someone crossing back and forth above you.
And the last voicemail is actually like, "Oh, what's this?" And then I'll hang up.
Push the button. All right, you go ahead and push the button. Nothing seems to happen on your end.
And push it harder.
Okay.
So anyway, it was nothing. So, you guys here yet?
A few moments later, as you push it harder, you hear a click behind you.
Oh, gotta go in. Voicemail box is full.
Exactly.
What? Who are you?
I love it. Yeah, and you see that the wall where the person was tied up next to, is pushed open a little bit, like a false wall.
I have to investigate.
Well, you should.
It's my due diligence to,
Finding
seek
out
answers.
the truth. Exactly. Exactly.
Heightened senses.
Yeah,
check.
of course. As you have your heightened senses up, it's sort of like when you're in the dark for a long enough time where you can actually begin to sort of see in the dark, because it's pitch black all the way through here.
Could also use my flashlight on my cell phone.
You could. You don't need to right now if you have your heightened sense up. What I'm saying.
Okay.
But you're able to sort of see the very thin outlines of where stuff are. But you do see there is a path that is head up, and it is man carved, like it is absolutely carved out on purpose, and has like drywall walls, floors, and ceiling that is sort of heading off in this direction. It looks very well put together, but it's not like decorated or anything like that. But more of just like, okay, perfect, this will work, and move forward.
Okay. Silence of death. We must go deeper.
Okay, and does that require a rouse check?
No.
Perfect. You go ahead and you don't even hear the sounds of your own footsteps anymore as they sort of fade off as you head into the darkness. As you head off into the darkness, and remind me, do you have Blush of Life still? Did you activate Blush of Life before going into the Egyptian room?
I did.
Okay. So
I did indeed.
you actually, as you get probably about 30 feet down this hallway, begin to feel a very faint gust of cold hit you.
Ooh. I'll roll down my sleeves. Which were rolled up.
Ooh, I love it. And then as you continue on, you see that it sort of comes up to an old like cellar door, but you probably have gone roughly about 60, 70 feet at this point.
Is this like a cellar door that's going down?
No, it goes up. Like you take a couple stairs and you go up to like a metal cellar door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just check if it's unlocked.
Yeah, you go ahead and push it, and it's able to push right open if you wanted it to.
Yeah, let's do it.
You push it open. You can see the night sky up above, snow falling. You're currently outside.
Sweet. I'll go back to the bookstore.
Okay.
Around the front, down the alley.
Yeah. As you pop up, do you close it back up as it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go ahead and close it back up, and you begin to head towards the bookstore. And shortly after you make it, just barely turn down the alley where the bookstore like cuts up or butts up to, you do see Eva, Michael, and Dimitri all sort of walking up that way.
Hey, everybody. I found my way out. We're good.
Well, I'm glad it's all good because Dimitri convinced me that we'd burn the place down. So.
Oh, if you want to burn the place down, I know a secret entrance.
This is good to know.
Yeah,
It's big enough for like propane tanks and like 5-gallon cans of gasoline.
Oh, I'm honestly, I don't even know if it's a secret. It's probably just a back loading area where they bring in the kegs and whatnot. But yeah, it was unlocked, and there was a secret button that opened up the door.
Was there a
But yeah.
button to go back in where you came from?
I don't know. We can get through any door with enough determination. Will we burn this place down?
No, not tonight.
No.
Hey, who leaves 45 voicemails? It's been like 15 minutes.
Why didn't you return any of my calls?
We were getting ready. Michael had to go out to truck to find his keys or something, and Eva and I were talking to Carter, and it took a few minutes.
Oh, well, I got a little lonely down there. You can probably ignore the middle half. I only made it to about the time I was 23. Oh, well, you should probably listen to the first, after the first dozen. There's a few there that was right after I graduated high school. A very interesting listen. I suggest you listen to that. In fact, can I borrow those voicemails? I might make a memoir.
You can have them.
Sure. I will email them to you.
Great.
But the real question is, why would you just leave?
Leave? I was
Well, okay, not to leave the area that you were in.
I was scoping the front of house while you guys scoped the back of house. Is this how these jobs usually go? Well, here's
And
the
you got
thing.
locked.
The bartender was really chafing my vibes, so yeah, I gave him the business, and he showed me what really goes on there. Which, by the way, it's just like, they have a blood tap, so I guess nothing too condemning for our way of life. But so, what'd you guys learn?
The club is owned by the Sabat.
Oh, and then we had one blood tap. How interesting.
That's what you took from that. Right on, man.
I haven't heard of the Sabat. Really? Well, I guess I'm not really asking around too much about the Sabat, but how do you guys feel about that? It's like your domain, the Sabat coming in.
Well, I'm not happy about it, but I mean, she seems, at least if she's to be believed, very old.
Old.
Yes.
We talking Marilyn Monroe or like?
We're talking like, gifts from the first pharaoh of Egypt old.
It's pretty old. Well, I'm not gonna fight her. Goodbye.
Wise decision. But she did agree to 15%, so.
So are we get a cut of that?
Yeah, we're getting 15%.
Dimitri's getting 15%.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, share and share alike, Maybe I steal your new car, huh? Smack him on the shoulder.
That'll, we gotta register it. And,
What is with you? I swear to God.
How's the Sabat feel about anarchs? Is this like a enemy of my enemy type situation?
I get the impression Sabati is, little cuckoo. They don't, how do you say, respect the Masquerade?
Oh,
Enslave humans, I think.
Right.
This is their kind of gig.
yeah.
I think they're like
I
the
usually-
first, the original Sons of Cain, that kind of stuff. Crazy.
Sons of Cain sounds like a motorcycle group.
I was in the Sons of Cain for a little bit. They suck. Don't associate with them.
I thought they were like a shitty band out of Boston.
Kind of Kings of Leon.
I think is that Vegas? No, the Killers is from Vegas. Shit. That's gonna drive me insane now.
Okay, well, let's get the hell out of the cold and back inside.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here before they realize their tap is empty.
Did you kill a guy?
When in Rome or Cairo, whatever.
Valid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I figured the cleanup was their responsibility.
Yeah.
Fair.
Hey, the bartender seem okay? I scrambled his brains a little bit. I guess you guys didn't talk to him.
Oh, we did.
Well, we did on the way
he's
out.
the one who told us that he went downstairs and you just disappear.
Good. Just making sure it works. You don't really know these things, You just assume it works.
It's terrifying.
Okay.
That's a big assumption.
All right, you guys
Cool.
head back to the bookstore. Yes.
Yeah.
Carter, as you are reading your book, once again you see Baron Anson's fingers sort of twitch for a moment before going stiff once again.
Does it seem intentional? Like, is he trying to communicate?
You do know that it would be intentional, just because of the amount of willpower that he'd have to force to be able to even move while in torpor. But it doesn't. He's not like pointing anything or tapping on anything in particular, but just more or less just tapping to tap.
Well, I do have the flaw knowledge hungry, and
Mm,
this seems pretty interesting.
you're not wrong.
I'm not sure it's really about blood magic, but it could be. And who knows what these guys are going to want to do with him. So, all right, fine. You twisted my arm.
Got him. Hook, line, and sinker.
I feel like we have compulsions of like the same vein.
Get it?
Oh, yes.
Oh. Nice.
All right, so I am going to try to get my blood potency up here.
Okay.
I think we established I need a crit to get this to work, right?
That is true. Yeah, because a success just gets your increase of your BP by
Plus one, yeah.
So you could spend a willpower to reroll those 3 and try to get a crit out of it.
I mean, it's unlikely, but we'll try it.
You're not wrong.
Do you want to know the odds?
Oh, I know the odds.
That's such a weird kind of creepy thing coming from Benny. You want
Oh,
to
know
know
your
the
odds.
Well, while that is a very insane roll of 6 successes, not quite enough to get your blood potency up to be higher than his to be able to assist in removing this torpor from this individual.
Is there any success at a cost possible here?
I will allow a success at a cost. What hunger are you at currently?
I'm at hunger 1. Oh, and I need to make a rouse check, so hold that thought. I am at hunger 2.
I will allow a success, but your hunger will jump up to 4. As you purposely draw more and more and more and more blood as your hunger for knowledge consume your, and you just could continue to draw that vitae up and try to make this power succeed until the fact that it does.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea, because the first thing I'd have to do is feed him, and then I'd be at hunger 5, and that's not a happy place to be.
With that attitude.
With really
You could just try 2 more
attitude?
times.
You do, so as a reminder, you do have a couple of blood bags you've gained from hunting. I believe you still have a collection of blood bags.
I do, but they won't work if I'm that powerful.
Ooh.
It's cool. I'll take them off your
I
hand.
think.
You don't need them anymore.
Yeah, I'd have to go find a snack, which, I mean, I don't mind doing. It's
Yeah.
tedious, but I'll do it.
Yeah, and if with a, because that would more or less be just like critical, which would mean it would last for the night, I believe, because I believe critical makes it last for the remainder
Yeah,
of the
critical is yep, up for the night. Yeah, so I guess I could do that. So
Good.
Yeah. All right. I'll go ahead and do it. So I'll go up to hunger 4, and then when, you know what? I don't know how long they're gonna take to go get Benny. I'm gonna go hunting.
Okay. While you go hunting, one more, please.
So I told the guy, right, that I was the health inspector. But then he moved the barrels for me, and then so I saw the guy strung up to the IV, and I was like, oh no, I don't think this guy knows about kindred. So I'm gonna have to wipe his mind or something, or else this is like a masquerade breach. You know, I'm doing the Sabat here a favor, I guess. So I wiped his mind, and then then I needed him to get out of there so I could poke around with this dead body here. And then I basically made him forget why he was down here, and he left, and it's great.
So did he seem shocked to see the body?
Yeah. He didn't know about the body.
Interesting.
I wonder who changes those kicks.
All right, go ahead and Carter, make your hunt roll for me, please.
On it. Difficulty is 1 because we're in our happy place, right?
Let's see here.
It should probably be higher because I can't find the bag. I need to actually find somebody to eat.
Right. I will say it would probably be a. So I guess my first question is, since you're not actively going and looking for blood bags, how are you choosing to hunt? As this is not your typical hunting style.
Yeah. I mean, the bagger hunting style incorporates preserved blood, but then also like finding the dead or dying, right? Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, Carter's down for any of it. It's all about ease, so it's just easier to find people who are already, laying there crunchy for the taking. So I try to work that into every episode.
Specifically crunchy, like you're
specifically
looking for
the word crunchy. It's got to be. Exactly. Like if Carter had a shirt, it would either be I'd rather be reading a book or it was crunchy, and I liked it.
I hate it, but I love it. I'd wear that shirt.
I would wear the crap out of that shirt.
So yeah, where we are, I don't have like access to the hospital. So I would probably just be. I'm sure I keep an eye on where there are easy people to eat. Because I'm lazy at heart. So yeah, I would just be looking around for somebody who's already on their way out the door and is not going to put up a huge amount of fight. And if I run into somebody in a different situation, then I would probably go for that too.
Yeah. Let me take a look at this here right quick.
The Grim Reaper Predator style, which is feeding on people who are about to die, is intelligence plus awareness or medicine.
I will allow that. Intelligence plus awareness for you, friendo.
Sure.
And DC is going to be 2 on that one. Because you still know the in and outs of your place, but it's a little bit different because you don't have, like, you're not looking for the exact same places that you've always hunted.
Perfect. Yep. 4 successes there.
4 successes. As soon as you find this individual, and he's by himself on a bus bench, sort of laying down with he's wearing, or he has, like, he's in a very large jacket, but he's got another one laid over him. And he looks like he's absolutely just dead asleep. But as you go over and sink your fangs into him, I need you to roll a hunger frenzy for me, please. As you taste blood while extremely hungry.
Fine. Bags are so much less messy.
And difficulty is going to be 3 for you. Oh. You are able to resist the urge to absolutely just fully drain this individual and letting the beast take over. How much would you like to drain?
Um, that's a very good question. I would like to drink. Can I get 2 out of him without killing him?
You could drink 2 without. Is the maximum non-harmful drink you can drink from a human. Anything over 2 you can do, but after over 2, is 1 aggravated damage per slake that you want to do. And then it is
And at
deadly unless
BP
treated.
4, I slake 1 less hunger per human.
That is correct. So you'd have to take 3 to be able to slake 2.
And that potentially has an adverse effect on him.
So it wouldn't kill them, but it would definitely cause pain. Like, they would have to go get medical attention because they're going to be taking 3 points of aggravated damage from your drain.
Well, we don't need the attention. I wouldn't normally care, but there's already enough going on right now. I don't need that drama in my life. So yeah, I'll just take 1.
Okay. So you're drinking 2 to get down to 1. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yes. So yeah, I go from hunger 4 to hunger 3 by taking 2 from him.
Okay. And then I'm assuming you close the wound afterwards. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely.
All right. And unfortunately enough, there is just a slight crunch, but not because of uncleanliness, but just because of the amount of cold that he has. He's just sort of biting through a small layer of just frost that's covering him. And it's delicious.
It's like a freeze pop.
Exactly.
Like it.
Exactly.
Just gets worse.
I feel like old people's skin is always a little bit crunchier anyway.
Why?
What?
You know?
I can't say that I do. Can't say that I do.
Thanks for coming to tonight's episode, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. We can't get any better.
It's like a crunchy chocolate coating on your ice cream cone, right? I mean, everybody likes that.
It's like, don't worry about it.
I like it. All right, cool. So you have reduced your hunger down to 3. And right about the time that you return to the bookstore, Carter, the rest of your group also returns back to the bookstore with Benny in tow.
Good, you found him.
Oh, I found them. Yeah.
That makes sense. Glad somebody was in charge.
Good news, we found a way to burn building down if we need to.
It's good to have in our back pocket.
Did you just say Benny was in charge?
What? No, I said somebody was in charge.
I heard Benny.
I like the
also.
implication.
I don't scare the shit out of me.
Let's do a leadership role.
Look, if you two are aligned, I've got
Look at
to
me.
start backing a third party candidate here because wait, I need the chaos.
I just work here, so whoever's the boss is the boss. All right.
Pretty sure
You're
it's
the boss. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. You're the boss.
I'm the boss.
No, Dimitri.
Oh,
Or-
Demetrius the boss.
Is Dimitri
Yeah.
the boss?
I
assumed.
really probably Eva. I'm being honest.
So I would think of it more in the way of like Dimitri's like the president of a division, and Eva's like the CEO, right?
Maybe we
So
should-
like she sees everything, but Dimitri's like, "This is how we're gonna make the money," and she says yes or no. That's how I've interpreted the whole thing, but I could be way off.
Maybe we should have an election.
I've seen her put her fist through like 2 people, so I give it to her.
That's a
At
pretty
the same
like,
time? Like a shish
that'd
kebab?
be
Yet, but give it a week.
You shoulder check her real hard to see what happens.
Don't do
Do it.
this.
Benny,
I don't
do
know
it,
if I
you
can
won't.
without my shoulder breaking.
Benny, do it. You won't, coward. You won't.
Are you compelling me?
So I was about to wake up the Baron. You guys want to come down?
Hold on.
Yes.
What?
No.
Oh, wait, what are we
Hold
doing?
on.
Waking him.
Hold on.
Wait. Okay. What?
When I was in the truck, I got a phone call, and I think it's important that y'all understand this. All right. Before you wake the Baron up, I was out there rummaging through some stuff, thinking that maybe if we had to burn this place down, I might have a couple flares we could use. You know, um, Nessa called me. Just a heads up, all right? I know that's a pretty spicy name around here. Um, Word travels around. She knows that the Pizza King is the pizza, like the king of torpor at the moment. Um, and she offered me a lot of money that I'm willing to split with you guys if we were to find him and turn him in. She said, like this is kind of a career making thing. She didn't give me a specific number, but it's like a kindred retirement plan kind of number. If that helps at all.
What does it take for a kindred to retire? Because don't we,
Technically,
forever.
yeah, but I'm talking like
It's a lot of money.
like luxury, like your wildest luxuries, like wildest most luxurious fantasy is how I'm interpreting that, right?
Talking like 10 years, 20 years, 200 years.
I feel like you might be over exaggerating how much this could possibly be worth.
I don't know. She said you don't have to work anymore kind of money.
It sounds like a threat. She kills you, you don't have to work anymore.
I didn't think of it that way. I just wanted to. She said the way it was presented was, "Hey, we heard that this is going on. This is out kind of y'all's way. If you end up seeing anything, if you can, like, if he's actually, I don't know a better phrase. If he's staked, if he's not conscious, if he's not technically alive or dead, bring him this way, and we'll make it very, very worth your while."
Michael, you've worked with the Pizza King before, yes? This is how you make intro?
I would call us distant workplace acquaintances. Like we've never directly worked together, but we kind of run in similar circles at a time. Does that make sense?
What could possibly make him so important that she would make such an offer?
Only thing I can think is the fact that it's Baron Power Vacuum.
His territory is tiny.
He's still a Baron. He still has the title.
Hey, Avon's up and coming.
Like all I'm telling you is what I was told. All right, that's all that I'm doing here.
This guy sounds like he's on the city council.
Who?
Oh, don't get me started on those schmucks.
So like what I'm presenting is that we're in a position right now to make a decent quick cash, right? If you guys don't want to be if you guys don't want to be attached to it, that's fine. I can snag him, toss him in the truck, run him down, get paid. We split it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways. Plus the cat. I'll even cut the cat in.
Whose fucking cat is this?
Sorry.
Out of here.
I blame Benny bringing in the strays. Who left that goddamn door open again?
It just wants some food. It's cold out here.
No, that's valid. Honestly, if there was a cat in the bookstore, Michael would be about it. Hey, what's up? Here's a new.
Tanner runs by and just starts eating it and runs away.
Damn it, Tanner.
Why are we looking for that guy?
So, I don't. Again, what y'all do is what y'all do. This is what I was offered. I figured I would offer it to y'all. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what value does he have to us other than this?
That I don't know.
We'll know that until he wakes up. But also, Nessa doesn't really seem like helping you guys expand your domain now, but maybe with the Baron's the reward money, handing the Baron over to Nessa. Not the Baron. Yeah, the Baron.
Yeah.
I mean, Prince and Baron all mixed up again.
Welcome to my life.
Maybe instead of cash, we can get some, manpower.
Valid. And I know, all that I know at this point is holding on to a Baron in this state can be precarious. So this is an easy out, right? Like if y'all want to just cut and run, there you go. We huck him that way, and we're done. We move on.
Carter, has the Baron played any role in your visions?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Eva, what are your thoughts?
I like the thought of getting the Baron out of here. I've never really wanted him here to begin with. I hate that Michael has Ness's number and vice versa. And I also don't understand how she could find out. But
Also, now that the cat's out of the bag, what is she going to do if we don't turn him
Exactly.
over?
well, does she know that we have him?
No, but if someone else finds out, then it gets back to her.
And if I could interject really quick,
She's going
I
to pry it out of
understand.
Michael. They can't keep their mouth shut.
are we talking about a different Michael around here? Like,
Michael
Little
Jr.
Michael, he talks too much.
that's why little Michael usually hangs out.
Nessa knows. Nessa knows.
Nessa understands everything. No, so if I can put this out there, I understand where the hesitancy comes from with the fact that Nessa knows how to get in touch with me and vice versa. I know how to get in touch with a lot of people. Like, it's more than half of my job is to know how to get on the phone with somebody. So
Yeah, we've met a couple.
they're not always the best. That one stings a little bit, but
Sorry.
About
To-
50-50 right now.
yeah,
Too soon.
I think I'm batting about 300 at the moment. We're not super great, but the fact that I know how to get in touch with her, she knows how to get in touch with me. That if you look at it from what I do, it's not sketchy, right? I am sketchy by nature because I don't have affiliation. I'm talking myself into a hole, but I'm not trying to.
Stop
There's no way
digging.
to explain what I do without sounding sketchy.
Well, yeah, is there, as a player, is there some kind of role that we get on the inaccuracies of that story?
Inaccuracies. I only lied a little bit, guys.
First
it-
off, I need.
You lied in some substantial ways, and that is, if Carter knows that, that's going to color the response here.
Just going
Anyone
to plant
who
a suggestion for you to tell the truth.
exactly. First off, I need. Oh wow, Michael to roll manipulation plus subterfuge,
I'm too damn good at this role.
and then I need anyone who is trying to see through that as wits plus insight.
I mean, I know. I'm sure Ian / Michael is telling the truth, but let's see who wins.
Oh, Carter. Oh no, Carter. Oh no.
Are we about to throw hands?
At least it wasn't.
I just want to let
Eva.
you. Yeah, true. Eva just puts the hole. You remember that thing about Eva putting a hole through people? Okay.
Is that a messy?
It
That's
is-
messy critical.
It is a messy
Yeah.
critical.
I was like, is that a
absolutely.
bestial failure or messy critical?
No, because it's gonna be a messy,
messy
critical
critical.
because the
'Cause
fact
it
they
beat him.
beat. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that horrible roll I did. One hit.
Yeah.
That's 6.
Do you
At
wanna?
least I don't have any hunger.
Do you want to re-roll any of those?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
I don't care.
Thank you for trusting me.
Yeah, that's what it is. Trusting.
I trust this guy. I don't know about you guys. It's the bird, really.
Exactly. The bird does all the work.
I'm gonna do an insight check on the bird.
Yeah, sure.
Joke's on you. Lil Michael plays poker like a champion. Like,
I actually don't have any animal kin. That might not work out.
Yeah, it's gonna be real bad. With a messy critical.
gonna say we're homies.
You know what? I will willpower reroll it to see if I can possibly get out of the messy part of that crit.
Okay.
Go into a bestial failure.
No.
No, because they
gonna
guarantee
be-
no matter what they are beating. No, actually, I guess they're not
No.
currently beating. No.
If you re-roll the critical and fail,
Well, you can't reroll the hunger dice.
Right,
I
but you're
I
2 to
rerolled
2
the
right
two
now.
misses.
Right, but you'd be 2 to 2, which is considered a fail
which would go to
because
We have
Michael's
2 to 2.
because Michael rolled 2 successes. So
Yeah, I've got 5 successes. Those aren't going to go away.
Well,
I'm going to reroll the 2 non-hunger dice to see if I can get a crit on one of them, so that I'm not using the hunger crit as part of a crit.
Oh, I don't think it works that way.
let me check because I think that if the critical is on the hunger, it is automatically tossed into the critical.
Yeah. If you get a critical
okay.
and you
So-
have a 10 on the hunger dice, it's a messy critical.
So you'd either have to re-roll all of your normal dice, including the critical, to try to get rid of the critical portion of it, and just get straight up successes. But if you get goose eggs across the board, and then you bestial fail. Because of
lying to me.
the one on the hunger die.
I know you're lying to me.
Didn't think we'd be PvPing.
It's either do you want to know the truth and be angry, or not know the truth and be angry is what your possibility. Or you could just know the truth. It is all on the dice.
It's up to the dice. Where are the compulsions?
Yeah, I mean, so
There's a
you
lot of them.
can't on the willpower reroll. You can't reroll the. I mean, yeah, I guess I could reroll the crit part.
Yeah,
but
you
that
could reroll the
seems-
crit, but you're then putting yourself at the opportunity of messy crit or a bestial failure.
bestial failure. Yeah, because I would have to get at least one hit.
So you'd have to get one success and no criticals, because if you get a critical again, then you're right back in the same spot with just more successes.
But the odds are in your
Yeah, okay.
favor if you do all 3.
Yeah, they are. I'm trying to think through here how, like, if that's something Carter would do, right? And I don't think it is, right? I think knowing the truth
Yeah.
is more important to him than just about anything. And he's really sick of being lied to. He doesn't trust Nessa as far as he can throw her. So yeah, no, I'll keep the messy critical.
All right, with the messy critical. I need to check something real quick. Sorry. You do know a couple of things that were not true that Michael spoke. Michael claimed that he received a phone call. And you could tell that something gave it away where you know that he made the phone call out. But everything else, as far as I can remember from what you said, Ian, was correct and truthful.
Well, he said that she called him and that she already knew that the Baron was staked. And
Yeah. So yeah. So in fact, instead of how Nessa gained that information and who called who were the only two things that were unintentionally or like not true out of that conversation that you'd find out. Unless you could think of any other lies that were told through that speech, Michael. But I think those are the only two.
Those were the two.
Okay.
And honestly, they're not that bad lies. They're lies to keep you safe. I'm trying to pay you. I'm trying to fix your bed situation.
And
doing your job.
honestly, if you had said I called Nessa because she hired me and it's part of my job, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that tracks. But the fact that you're keeping shit from us is like not okay.
That's fair. Play it out. Let's send it.
Yeah. Let's see here.
But it's Carter we're talking about. So his beast is like, okay, sometime, you don't know when, it's not now, you're never going to see it coming. Sometime, I'm going to get you back for this.
Let's see here. With your messy critical, you hear the different portions of where you were lied to after you put your neck out for them to be a part of this group. You even suggested maybe bring them into the coterie, and you feel this anger come up from your beast within. Your beast is just yelling, end this right now. You don't need them. Hell, they're a liability to you and us, for that matter. You're able to compose yourself and not full just... I mean, you've made people so hungry they fed until they were full.
Oh, I've thought about it.
But you are shaken by this. You are frustrated. Where you will take a stain as you are shaken in the face of adversity against your chronicle tenant.
Just wanted to read a book.
And you can go ahead and act out the scene as you would like, but you do gain a stain as you went ahead against your chronicle tenant. And you are frustrated that Michael just flat out lied to you.
Yep. And I think on Carter, that's probably just like a very noticeable twitch. And just some mental calculus about what that's going to mean long term and how that's going to be addressed in the future.
Understood. The rest of you, who either didn't make the roll or did not complete it, believe everything that Michael is telling you to be true. That Nessa called, already knowing that the Pizza King was missing and staked. But anyone who's able to find them will be rewarded in not needing to work ever again.
I'm just making sure that part's not the part. That's not one of the pieces I lied about. Nessa did promise me a significant payday out of that.
She never said the word money involved. She just said that it is a offer that will require you not to work ever again.
I stand by what I said then.
Yep. It is not exactly word for word what Nessa said, but it could definitely be an interpretation that Michael could have and seen as truthful for Michael. 100%.
Cool. Just making sure.
Sounds like a threat.
I'm a little skeptical that because so far of all the kindred, Michael has been the most money motivated, and it's just not something that Carter is used to. Because it's not a thing.
Yeah.
When you gotta put gas in the truck on a regular basis, it's a thing.
I don't know why you're trying to get some places so fast, because we have like the entire eternity of our lives to get day by day. You know,
Did you ever hear the phrase "live fast, leave a pretty corpse"?
die hard.
Yeah, live fast, leave a pretty corpse. That's been my whole life. So now, especially as a corpse, why slow down?
Some extra cash should buy my studio equipment I've been trying to get.
Pay to promote that podcast.
I think I am with Eva and just more concerned about getting him the fuck out of here.
I mean, my thought, right, was we don't really need favors from Nessa. We are out here in Anarch territory, and we need to make not allies, but we need an understanding. And having that sort of understanding with this Baron, particularly after how he disrespected us, I think that would have been very powerful. But since Nessa knows, and I will definitely shoot Michael a look.
And I'll
our
own
hands
the
are
look,
tied.
that's fine.
I think our hands are tied because at this point, anything we do except turn him over to Nessa is going to get back to her. But if there are people out there watching what we do, this is yet another Anarch Baron that is gonna meet their end because of shit we did. This is a very shitty position to be in, and there's no good outcome except for people who can take cash and skip town.
Well, shots fired.
No, valid.
Well, it's not stuff we did, because this guy was gonna die anyway, and then we intervened and froze his death for it to be decided later, which is
And
actually
there's
now.
a bunch of werewolves who know that we unstaked him, and that surgeon. I mean, there's the number of people that know we're involved is not
Werewolves are
insignificant.
feral beasts. They don't know anything.
Would it make you feel better if there were fewer people actively breathing that knew what was going on?
The last thing we need is a fight with werewolves.
I wasn't talking about the werewolves.
Well, they're the ones I'm worried about.
Oh, yeah. Surgeon had no beast.
But he is friends of Beast,
He is friends of beast.
and Beasts can track.
Valid. I rescind my statement.
Why would the werewolves care about a dead baron?
No. They don't. They would care about the dead butcher.
And I think where, now Carter, correct me if I'm wrong here, I think where you're going with that is the fact that wolves know, wolves can be petty, they could spread some stuff. It's just the concept of more people knowing than is comfortable with.
Right. There are people out there. There are plenty of people out there who know, and Nessa knows, and Nessa has spies everywhere. So we can't keep a secret from Nessa, which means we're just gonna have to roll the dice on keeping it secret from the Anarchs.
But what if
Well,
we
we-
don't give it back to Nessa?
I'm
I
listening.
don't get my
Like
studio
Caleb
equipment.
or Augustin. Play them against each other.
There's also that Malkavian. They're trustworthy folks.
Very trustworthy.
100%.
Let me make a phone call. I call Augustin. See if maybe he could see why Nessa's so interested in this Baron. Why is he important?
All right. You go ahead and reach out to Augustin.
Mm-hmm. I need tech support. I am stupid and don't know how my computer works.
No, you could have stopped after the first 4 words. Uh,
That would be I am stupid and.
yeah, I know.
First three.
Oh,
And
one moment. One moment.
smoking the reefer.
Go ahead and you hear an audible click on your half of the phone, which you've heard before whenever he goes it to a more secure line. What can I help you with there, tech support?
So I have question for you. Maybe you can answer. We have new friend. He is in employ of one of your fellow members. The one with the dark hair and penchant for high fashion from the 1800s. Anyways, she call him up and say, "Hey, this guy, he go missing. He's sometimes known as Pizza King." And she say she pay a lot of money if he is to be found and brought to her. Do you know why he's so important?
I know of the restaurant, yes. I was unaware that she was looking for a new place to buy some pizza.
She said that if the Pizza King finds his way to her doorstep, delivery free for the rest of his life,
That is interesting.
I mean, you know why this guy is so... Why everybody want this Pizza King?
I personally don't, and I don't believe that that restaurant holds any ground for anything, in my opinion. But she believes that a lot of restaurants pose a bigger threat than what we upstate believe. What's the rest of your evening looking like? I know it is rather early still.
We can hang around, if you need to send a tech out.
Yeah, either that or you can meet us at our tech shop, one of the two, whichever you guys prefer. But I think
I think I feel more comfortable in your tech shop. You have all the equipment you need there, yes?
yeah, bring your device and we will go ahead and get that upgrade installed for you. How about that?
Sounds like winner.
Perfect. And the call just disconnects.
Okay, we should go see Augustin, who stays with corpse in basement.
Murder.
You drew a short straw again.
Oh,
What
it's
a
fine. I have to
nerd.
read my book. But
I can hang back and
I
keep
still-
you company if you'd like.
I still think we should wake him up and see what he has to say about things.
Okay, here's the thing. Right now we've made no decision that impacts us either way. If we have to take him to Nessa, he's going to be much easier to transport if he's still in torpor. I say we wait. We go see what Augustin has to say. If what he say makes sense to bring him back, if it helps us, with whatever issue we have with Nessa, then we bring him awake. But if he puts good sense in our ears that maybe best thing wash our hands of this, I'd much rather have him be unconscious when we deliver him to Nessa.
Now he can still perceive what's happening, right? Or
Not while in torpor. Torpor, they are knocked, like they are unconscious. While they're
so
staked,
he can't perceive anything. Okay.
Correct. If they were staked, then they'd be able to hear and see everything how it is. But while in torpor, they are out like a light.
Okay. So yeah, that I will bring up to to the coterie. He's, and I don't know if it'll happen while we're standing here, but I've noticed that he's twitched a couple of times, which I think means he's trying really hard to get our attention or to try to tell us something. I don't know. I haven't got any visions about it. As much as it would be easy to lie about it and pretend I have, I haven't. But I don't know. I get the sense that he might have something really important, and I'm fine if we want to go talk to Augustin first. But I think we're going to regret not knowing what he has to say.
I think Augustin might be able to fill in some holes for us. And it's possible at the end of it we may walk away from this meeting feeling like giving him to Nessa is the worst possible decision we could make. At which time we wake him up. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll hang out.
Michael, I do think he's probably good since you can handle yourself, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen you fight or nothing, so I don't know.
Haven't had to yet.
Okay, as long as you're confident in your abilities to keep Carter safe, and Carter, you're comfortable staying with Michael, yes?
Of course.
Benny,
I don't know what happened. He just tried to eat the bear, and it's so weird.
Honestly, Benny,
no.
Augustin doesn't know you, so you being there might be...
So it's a good time for introductions.
Might be difficult. You should probably stay, too.
Oh, people love me.
This, I know
I make
from
great at
first-hand
first
experience,
impressions.
is a lie.
I think he's pretty good at first impressions.
No, he's terrible at them. We almost kill him.
That's my bad.
But you didn't. Given the
confused first
circumstances, I think I did pretty well.
I confused first impressions with celebrity impressions.
Oh. What?
What?
He does a great Regis
Accurate.
Philbin.
Accurate.
Hi,
so-
I'm Regis Philbin.
It's
He
like
and
he's
I
in the
will
room.
Take a jaunt over to see Augustin, and then you guys just kind of do what you do, lay low, whatevers. You're big guys.
Dimitri, you receive not one but two text messages from Augustin's phone.
Okay, what do they say?
First one is an address.
Okay.
The second one was, hey, I heard something about a painting. And that's all they said.
We don't have any paintings here.
Nope.
We have they bugged? Has she bugged our library or our bookstore?
Says something about a painting.
Hey, Michael,
Yo.
you don't have Bug Sweeper, do you?
That's a good question. I might have something that could help.
Would you maybe mind sweeping place?
Yeah, let me. Before I promise, let me make sure I have the tool for the job. Bruce, I'm going to use check the trunk and see if that's something I have.
Yeah, you go ahead and open up your army bag that has the word trunk on duct tape taped on the side of it. So go ahead and roll.
I forget what the.
Is he stepping out of the
Security or
room to
technology?
go do that?
Is your
I'd have to go out to the truck.
Truck?
I didn't
Okay.
bring it in.
Cool. And what did you say it was, Donnie? You say it was investigation plus tech?
Oh, I was just suggesting if you're looking for like a bug sweeper, it'd be technology or security.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
And I think it's intelligence.
yeah, it's intelligence plus whatever you're looking for, like whatever skill would be associated. So, intel plus technology, would be that role for you, Michael. But I don't remember the DC. You may have to look that up if you want to.
Because I know that check the trunk drops it by 2.
Yep, it gives
Yeah.
a DC reduction of 2.
The DC's based on the storyteller's interpretation of whether this is something that they would have.
Yep.
And the majority of my collection of things out there is all stuff that has been forcibly confiscated from
I will
either
say
other
this would
kindred
be
or hunters.
this would be something that would be pretty out of the ordinary to be had. So I'll put it at DC 4 originally, and then with check to trunk, it brings it down to 2.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and roll that, yikes.
Ouch.
Good formatting there.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled over Tanner's spreadsheet because Tanner had checked the trunk.
I love it. As you're checking through and trying to find to see if you have it, Michael, as you're digging through, you don't seem to have one on or in your trunk.
I got a stud finder, but I don't really have anything that's going to be helpful. Like I'm going to come back in,
Right.
so it's going to take me some
Yep.
time to do whatever. So I know that y'all were doing your thing. So when we're
Yep, for sure.
go ahead and do your thing.
I was just saying you don't have one, but we'll have that RP one whenever. So Michael steps out and heads towards the truck.
Yeah, so I'll just. It seems like there's no way to get out of Benny's earshot anyway. At this point, Carter is just sort of accepting Benny as a necessary evil. So I'm no longer trying to necessarily hide conversations from Benny,
Sure.
but I'm not necessarily talking to Benny.
Yeah,
It's definitely in the passive aggressive space.
I like it.
So I don't know if it matters, and it's not
I'm
like
not listening.
thanks. It's not like it's a secret he was working for Nessa, but I don't believe him for a second that she already knew, or that she called him. I think he reported back that we have the Baron. He's always looking for an angle, looking to get paid. It may not matter, but he's lying to us. And I'm a little concerned based on previous history that he's lying to us in Nessa's favor.
I mean, I don't know if that should make our decision whether we go with Nessa or not. But, I mean, you already know where I stand. I don't like that they're with Nessa or that Nessa hires them. But that's beside the point, and I don't know. Why didn't you just call him out if you didn't trust him?
Well, for one thing, what's done is done, and at this point, I think he's right that we should probably give the Baron to Nessa at this point. And if he is spying on us for Nessa, then letting him know violently is not really going to solve things. It's also possible he just didn't understand the danger, right? I mean, Nessa's just somebody who pays him. Nessa's somebody who's messed with us before.
Yeah. Yeah, I hold it more against her than Michael.
Do you feel comfortable staying alone with him?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I think he has good intentions. I don't necessarily think his outlook on what matters is the same as ours, right? He seems very motivated with, getting some resources and getting some money, whereas we're trying to build something that's sustainable. And I maintain that we need to have better relations with the Anarchs, right? I don't want to join them. I don't want to support them. I sure as shit don't want to work for them. But I also don't want the book on us to be that we're a bunch of untrustworthy Camarilla kindred who run around killing barons, which we're about to do again.
Well, the last one we turned over, he's still alive, just not in a very pleasant circumstance.
I think the Anarchs would basically disagree. They would say
He's
that they're
worse than
dead.
death, yes. His fate worse than death. I see. Okay.
And we're out here alone, right? I mean, we're the Camarilla, but where's the closest coterie, right?
An
How
hour
long
away.
is it exactly?
Yeah.
So when they come for us, who's got our back? Nessa? No.
Okay, when we were picking up this Baron, what was the point?
I think we went to save him, hoping that we would be able to establish positive relationship. That by saving his life, he would then be more inclined to assist us in greasing the skids.
We do need some greased skids.
So why don't we just stay with that mission then? Rather than...
Let us find out what Augustin has to say.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm just
And
saying,
then
I think I would rather that than Nessa.
we are in a situation, though, where now Nessa is aware that the Baron is in play, so to speak. And how do we know
Right.
that if we choose to awaken him and give him his freedom, that Michael will not tell her this? He may be very
Exactly,
upset
and
that we are
that's-
cheating him out of his big payday.
Well, maybe we could offer something more. I don't know what.
On life, he gets to see another night.
No, I don't.
Even doesn't punch
The
hole in
walls
his
are-
chest.
He's like I said, Nessa knows now. So keeping him around, she's gonna find out if she doesn't already know. Right? She may have this place bugged. I don't know. I think at this point we probably do have to turn him over, because to do anything else is gonna look like we're anarchs.
Well, if she has the place bugged, then why didn't she just come already and get the Baron? If this Pizza King is so important to her.
I'm wondering.
I think it. Go
Was there
ahead.
painting inside the Pizza King's restaurant? Does anyone recall?
It
No,
seemed
I don't
like a
pay
tacky
attention.
poster kind of place.
I resent that.
I think I remember a pizza slice that was pointing towards a locker on the wall.
Wasn't there a painting
maybe
of
that was-
himself like in his throne room?
Yeah, there was a painting of himself that he had commissioned in his throne room, yes.
Fuck!
I was thinking of the plot of Men in Black 2.
Son of a bitch! Oh no! God damn it!
It's okay. The place burned down. You're fine.
Maybe it wasn't recorded, it was just only live.
And something you remember, Dimitri, because you were the one that opened up the gift.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost an exact copy of the one that Nessa sent you originally, because she had one crafted for his father.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. So did she send these people to kill him after we went to talk to him?
That's how they knew our names.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Someone was talking to him before he died, yes? Someone he was comfortable having in his personal space. Someone who must have been very powerful. If Nessa tried to kill him, it makes more sense that she would have a stake that's empowered with blood magic. The hunters, they were
Yep.
red herring. That's why she wants him. She needs to finish job, otherwise she could be put up for trying to kill another kindred. It jeopardizes everything for her.
Fuck it. I'm gonna feed the Baron.
Fuck! And we're in the middle of all this shit.
Am I actually in the room?
Yeah, you're
Yeah. We're just we're totally ignoring
Just
you,
making
but you are
sure.
absolutely right there.
It's like you just kind of fade into the furniture.
Instead of the bushes, like Homer would have faded into the bushes, it's you just fading into the books. Just
Silence of death.
exactly. Shh, I'm not here.
I cannot believe this. How could I miss it? It's so obvious.
I think we should wake him up.
I need to go see Augustin. I told him I was coming. Can you wait until I return?
There
Well,
is
yeah.
one more thing of concern. I know we don't like Nessa, but she is Seneschal, so, it would be our duty to, help her agenda.
She hasn't told us that, has she?
Violated the tenants?
As Seneschal, she might have that power.
Does she, though?
I don't know.
I don't think she would
Can
be
I
so
roll-
eager to get him back if it wasn't a big fucking deal. She tried to kill him.
Can I get an etiquette on whether she has the full powers of the prince when she's
Yeah.
Seneschal?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
I could do that, or politics.
either etiquette or politics, either one. And it would be intelligence
Same
plus etiquette or intelligence plus politics. And DC is going to be 2 on that.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Both of you popping off. You guys both succeed. In a perfect Camria world, no one is above the tenants. Not even the prince himself is above the tenants. But you guys have seen and have heard, maybe not inside of the Indianapolis chapter of the Camarilla, but you guys have heard horror stories where princes have, given final death without discussing with, like, it hasn't been awarded someone like, hey, you can do this final death. Now, the prince is the slight difference because they can act on behalf of the Camarilla and provide the final death for someone else breaking one of the tenants. But usually no one is above the rules. Now,
Did
Seneschal,
that guy with the hole punched through him, did he ever die? They wheeled him into the back.
yeah, no, they
medical attention.
they left with him, but you guys did not see if he died or not.
Didn't he get drank? I thought he got drained by his buddy. The one that Carter made so goddamn hungry he couldn't help himself.
No, that was a different group because that was before Elysium.
Okay.
But Seneschal is more or less the right hand of the prince, but could step in if the prince is seen as unfit to continue ruling before being removed from his role or her role. So it all sort of depends on what's going on at court, whether or not the Primogens see the prince as being fit for duty, whether or not she's the right hand or she is currently as acting prince. But that's the only thing that's really going to change. If she's not, like, being active duty prince and she's, like, actively, like telling kindred to go and kill other kindred or on behalf of the laws telling her to, like, committing the final death, if she's not acting as prince, then that is an issue. But if she is as acting prince, then it could be because Baron Anson maybe broke some laws within the Camarilla idea. But it is a little off in general because of the fact that he's Anarch and not necessarily Camarilla. They aren't, like, yes, you're supposed to follow Camarilla order within Camarilla domain, but he was killed or staked on, like, outside of Camarilla domain.
And out of curiosity, is there any, like, especially egregious offense to using an artifact like the Shaft of Belated Dissolution? I mean, that's a pretty fucked up way to kill another kindred.
No, I mean, it absolutely is, but it could be an easy way for people who are maybe not physically inclined to be able to provide the final death. Like, it could be a tool used if you're not physically strong enough to stake someone. This makes staking a lot easier, and it guarantees the final death unless you are very good at finding every little splinter.
Gotcha.
We don't technically know for a fact that they got every splinter, though, right? We think they did.
You are very, yeah, you don't know. It was digging through for a while, but you don't know 100% whether you got every splinter in that cavity, but it's hard to say if the cavity or the splinters were already in elsewhere in the body, or if it would even work at all, because from what you could tell, the heart wasn't even inside of Baron Anson.
Right.
This is dangerous territory we're treading, because on one hand, this seneschal acting prince might have this authority, and going against that authority might look bad on us, especially for helping an anarch. On the other hand, if we bring this news to perhaps the rest of the Primogen to, I don't know, bring charges against Nessa, and they don't see things from our point of view, that's bringing more heat in our direction.
We have to
Well,
be able
and
to
it's-
prove that she was the one who did it in the first place.
That's what I was going to say.
Evidence.
But I will say this, and I think it's important that we think about it. So far, Nessa hasn't told us shit. Michael said something. Michael's a mercenary. He's not even Camarilla. Right? We're taking what Michael said under advisement, but he does not speak with the weight of the prince. If Nessa tells us we have to do something, that's a different story.
And it sounds like she didn't even tell him he had to. She just said, hey, if you find this guy, bring him to me, I'll make it worth your while.
Well, I think he stopped short of completely selling us out.
Yeah. Maybe she just thought Michael would just do whatever she asked. For
Well,
money.
you think it would change his mind if he knew the truth, that she already knows that he's involved?
I don't know. Maybe we can use Michael to get more information out of her.
I wouldn't try to pump that well too hard.
Yeah, I guess I don't have much money to offer him.
No, I mean, Nessa, it's likely to backfire on you.
All right.
Eva, let's go. Let's go find Augustin. We talk to him and see what's on. Make sure that all my theories are not just crazy bullshit from the Mad Rush.
I think
Don't
at this
smile
point,
like that.
Roughly about this point, Michael, you have wandered in as they're sort of wrapping up with their conversation.
I've got two different boxes. So I've got a stud finder and I've got a breathalyzer. I don't think either of these will actually do what we need. But I mean, I can start digging through and seeing if I find anything suspicious. Do you have anything that might get bugged?
Well, it's the problem. There are literally thousands of books on these shelves. You could start by checking to see if anybody's piggybacking on our security system.
All right.
Maybe someone's tapped into the wiring and they're watching us check the boxes, the junctions, all this good stuff. Yes?
Yeah, I'll start there. You got it.
We go now.
I'll help with the bug sweep. I'm good at listening to things in the wall, if you know what I mean.
Are you not just the thing in the wall?
Sometimes. All right. So Carter is staying with the prince down in the
Baron.
basement, or Baron, excuse me, down in the basement. Michael and I'll get there. Hold on. Benny are looking through, trying to sweep for some, see if anyone's using or piggybacking off the cameras, and also check for the bug sweep. And Dimitri and Eva, are you guys heading to the address that was given?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys pop that into the GPS, and it is the address of
Come on, roast it.
Dang. That is
Dairy Queen.
messed. How'd you know? No, Crown Hill Cemetery.
Awesome.
Which is just outside of downtown Indianapolis, but still on the way there. As you guys are driving, Dimitri, this is the first time that Augustin has requested to meet outside of the Ivory Tower, outside of the monument.
It's all coming together.
As you sort of arrive at Crown Hill, it's a very, very beautiful cemetery. Very well kept. And obviously, no one there. But you do see that there is a couple of groundskeepers that are just walking, caretaking. But you do see one that is sort of waiting at the front gate.
Okay, I'll roll up, roll the window down.
Ah, welcome to our humble domain. We are expecting you as the rest of your coterie arriving as well, or is it just you and Miss Hill this evening?
So it'll just be the two of us.
Ah, well, if you wouldn't mind parking over there, and they point over to like a rather large like mausoleum. If you wouldn't mind parking over there, then we could head down towards where Sir Augustin will be happy to meet you.
No problem.
As you begin to head down, and you go into the mausoleum itself, and the mausoleum, the big like centerpiece, the crypt portion of it is sort of just pushed over just a little bit, where it shows a staircase that's descending down into the underneath the mausoleum itself. And there's a couple of LED lights that are sort of on the walls, sort of haphazardly, just sort of lighting the way as you guys go. But it's very tight, very close, like close quarters. And as he turns around, and what you could see is a very plain, very not special looking individual in a overalls sort of shifts as he can now looks wearing a very, very dapper looking suit, very elongated jaw of the Nosferatu, hair sort of pulled back, but there's not a whole lot of hair to begin with, but looks very, very dapper. You will excuse the mess. We don't get a lot of, well, non-Nosferatus around here, but I can assure you that the best meal in the house is being prepared for you guys, that they'll be able to discuss with dinner, and I truly hope that you are looking forward to this meal.
Yeah, sure. Sounds delicious.
Ah, it is a delicacy down here, you see.
Oh.
As you walk into this, it opens up to a rather large room where it has multiple different Indianapolis memorabilias sort of up on the walls. But it has a very nice, ornate, long wooden table. But you can only see there are 7 chairs that are set. Each has a little plate on it and has a little folded card that has each one of your coterie members' names. And then it just has, at the head of the table it says Augustin. And then at the back, or on the foot of the table, it says Bartholomew.
Well, we're getting the sheriff too.
Ah, yes, yes. He is supposed to be arriving at some point this evening, but I am unsure of when he will arrive.
It's no problem.
I'd hope not. Please find your seat, and Augusta should be out shortly, and then we will have the meal served short.
Didn't realize this was going to be a dinner meeting. I would have changed my shirt.
You look fine.
It's
I
Ed
didn't-
Hardy. It is not appropriate for a nice dinner.
Well, it's not like they gave us heads up.
I know, but you saw the way that guy was dressed. He makes me look bad.
Yeah, that guy makes you look bad.
I mean, with the clothes, not with the face.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And he has removed himself from said conversation, but you can definitely tell while he is wearing like a very nice suit, the portions of the pants around his ankles and the shoes itself, while nice, are absolutely destroyed from walking through mud or whatever, from walking down here. But Augustin sort of walks in, wearing a button-up shirt, but the top ones are sort of left open, and he is and his normal-looking guise, if you will. He's not disguising himself. He's just out and about, happy. And as he sits down at the table, please, Eva, Dimitri, I was told that you guys were the only ones from your members of your coterie and guests that will be showing. So I do appreciate you guys making the trip. And he goes ahead and claps twice. As you can see, a small swarm of Nosferatu all carrying plates, very well dressed, with like holding it, serving it, and bringing it out. And it is a covered plate that they place in each front of you.
It's going to be horrible. I know it.
And he goes
That's inner dialogue.
right, exactly. He goes ahead and opens the top of his plate very quickly. In one hand, he just grabs, and you hear a squeak from underneath of it, and he cracks it and just starts eating into this rat. Now, please, it's yours is in front of you to enjoy.
When in Rome.
And with that we will go ahead and wrap up tonight's episode as the Augustin dinner party begins. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. We will be again live next week, back on Gen Con TV. So if you are interested, make sure to go check that out. Also, we have a YouTube at youtube.com/@jbrews. And this Thursday, myself and the cast of We Run the Night will be live at Gen Con with a live show. So if you're going to be in Gen Con, make sure to go ahead and grab yourself a ticket and come meet us live. It's going to be a goofy time for our Season 4 finale of We Run the Night. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and find someone to raid, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you stick around, social support for another streamer, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.